Every year, millions of people flood the streets of Puri. They pull ropes, they weep, they chant. They believe that just one glimpse, darshan, of the Lord on his chariot will wash away the sins of 100 lifetimes. But here is what nobody asks. Why is a god who lives in a temple riding a chariot? Why does the most powerful deity in Hindu tradition need to leave home? The answer is stranger, more human, and far more ancient than you think. Before we talk about the chariot, we must talk about the god. Jagannath, Lord of the universe. But look at him. Really look at him. No nose, no ears, massive round eyes, stubby arms, a face that looks almost unfinished. Historians have debated this for centuries. Was Jagannath originally a tribal deity, a forest god worshipped by the Sabara tribe of Odisha, later absorbed into Vaishnavism? Was he Krishna? Was he Buddha? Was he Vishnu? The answer is, perhaps all of them. There is a story in the Skanda Purana, one that most people don't know. When King Indradyumna wanted to build a great temple for Jagannath, a divine craftsman named Vishwakarma appeared. He had one condition: no one may see me work until I have finished. Days passed. The royal palace fell silent, and then the king's wife couldn't bear it any longer. She opened the door. Vishwakarma vanished. The idol unfinished, arms incomplete, face incomplete, and yet Brahma himself descended from the heavens, gave the idol eyes, breathed in a soul, and declared, "This is how the Lord shall remain, incomplete, as the universe itself is incomplete. This is your God, mysterious, deliberate, unfinished by divine design." Now here is the origin story that history books skip entirely. Long before the Grand Jagannath Temple of Puri was built in the 12th century, there was a tribe, the Sabaras, forest dwellers. They were the original worshippers of a deity they called Nila Madhava, the blue god. They kept this deity hidden deep in the forests of what is now Odisha, sacred, secret, accessible to no one, except the tribal chief. Then came King Indradyumna of the Malwa kingdom. He sent a Brahmin named Vidyapati to find this hidden god. Vidyapati was clever. He married the tribal chief's daughter, and one night, blindfolded, he was taken to the sacred grove. But through the cloth tied over his eyes, he secretly planted mustard seeds. Weeks later, he followed the trail of blooming yellow flowers. He found Nila Madhava, but when King Indradyumna arrived to claim the deity, the idol vanished into the earth, into the ocean, gone. Indradyumna was devastated, and then a voice from the sky: "Build me a temple, I will return." Not as Nila Madhava, but as something new. That something new became Jagannath, a deity who absorbed the tribal and the Vedic, the forest and the ocean, the folk and the philosophy, and the Rath Yatra. At its core, it is the god returning to his people. But there is another origin story, and this one is pure love. Jagannath's aunt, Gundicha Devi, lived outside the main temple walls. She could not enter. She could not go to him. She prayed. She wept. She fasted. And so, once a year, Jagannath leaves his grand temple and travels 2 kilometers to his aunt's garden, where he stays for 9 days. The Rath Yatra, one of the largest human gatherings on earth, is literally a family visit, a god going to his aunt's house. But there is more. Some scholars point to a deeply romantic interpretation. Jagannath is Krishna. Gundicha's garden is Vrindavan, the paradise of Radha and the gopis. The journey is Krishna, returning to his first love. the devotees who pull the chariot's ropes. They are not servants. In this interpretation, they are the gopis of Vrindavan, pulling Krishna home. This is why, even today, pulling the rope of the Rath is considered the highest act of devotion. You are not just moving a chariot, you are bringing God home. Now, let's talk about the chariot itself, because it is extraordinary. Every single year, the chariots are built from scratch. No power tools, no machines, just ancient measurements passed down for generations through families of craftsmen called the Maharana. Hereditary chariot builders. Jagannath's chariot is called Nandagosa, the joyful sound. It stands 45 feet tall, 16 wheels, each wheel 4 feet in diameter, 832 individual wooden pieces, built only from specific sacred trees, Dausi, Fasi, Deodar, trees that must not have birds' nests, snake holes, or have ever been struck by lightning. Balabhadra's chariot, Taladwaja, Subhadra's Darpadalana, 3 chariots, 3 deities, 1 road. And when the festival ends, the chariots are never stored, never preserved. The wood is used to cook prasad, the sacred food of the Jagannath temple. The chariot is consumed, the god moves on. Think about that symbolism for a moment. The vehicle of God, built, used and dissolved, nothing permanent, nothing accumulated, even the god's transport, teaches impermanence. When European travellers first witnessed the Rath Yatra, they were shaken. The 14th century Moroccan explorer Ibn Battuta described it. So did the medieval Franciscan friar Odoric of Pordenone, though his account was deeply misunderstood in the West. He described devotees in states of religious ecstasy, throwing themselves before the chariot. Whether accurate or exaggerated, the image was so powerful that the English language created a word from it, Juggernaut, from Jagannath, a word that today means an unstoppable, crushing force, a god of love, a god of cosmic mystery, reduced in Western memory to a word meaning unstoppable destruction. Empires write history, but the chariot still rolls. Every year, for thousands of years, this has happened. Tyrants have tried to stop it. Temples have been destroyed, idols hidden, traditions suppressed. And yet, the chariots roll. Because Rath Yatra is not just a festival, it is a declaration that the divine is not locked inside walls, accessible only to the privileged, that God belongs to everyone, the king and the beggar, the Brahmin and the tribal, the scholar and the child. When those ropes are pulled, caste disappears, rank disappears, everyone becomes a gopi, calling their lord home. In a world that is always dividing, the chariot unites. Jai Jagannath. If this story moved you, the full series is right here. Chanakya, Ashoka, Juggernaut, and now Rath Yatra. Subscribe. The next chapter is already coming.